You will fail at some point in your life. You will lose. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. It's unavoidable. This may surprise you, but I'm an introvert. Public speaking is not something that comes easy to me. So I decided to challenge myself. By founding TEDx and Economics and Finance Society at the same time, while being a physics major, this was something which was actually crazy for me. So you can imagine an amount of nervousness and that swept over me. Now, having no choice to avoid the spotlight really put me in an uncomfortable zone, which I had to push through. To add more upon plenty, I threw myself into the fire again by applying to one of the most prestigious and grueling internships on Wall Street. But I got it. On day one, they told us that the acceptance rate for getting into this place was 3%, while slipping in the fact that getting into Harvard was 5%. I felt proud, but you can literally hear a pin drop in that room. A saying came to mind while I was sat there. If you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you will get your hair cut. So hang in there, you will catch a break, and you will find your passion. Last January, I found my passion. Announcing the arrival of my new startup cluster, an event discovery app, while solo backpacking around Southeast Asia. I must admit, though, the sacrifices made to get my team to where we are today was immense. But in the past 2 weeks alone, our team's effort have been rewarded beyond our expectations by winning Student Enterprise Awards, £5,000 in investments, securing industry partnerships across the UK, and receiving an influx of interest, including our very own Vice Chancellor, Max Liu. Safe to say, it's been a roller coaster ride. An inventor conducted 1,000 failed experiments, back to back. We should all be very glad that he did not give up, because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Thomas Edison fell forward. A single mother on welfare received back-to-back rejections from publishers, only to become the first female novelist billionaire with Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling fell forward. A young, gifted kid got cut from his high school basketball team. He locked himself in his room to cry, but luckily he did not stay there. 6 championship rings later, he became a world-renowned brand all unto himself. Michael Jordan fell forward. Sometimes, failure is the best way to figure out where you're going to go. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Never give it everything you've got. And when you fail throughout life, just remember, fail forward. At least that way, you see what you're going to hit. You should have nothing to lose. Now, sadly, one of the most common reasons why people never find the courage to pursue their dreams is because they succeed in convincing themselves that there is too much to lose in failing. It could be their job, it could be their pride, it could be a relationship, or simply the comforts and securities of home. This idea of feeling like you have something to lose is wildly exaggerated and will prevent you from ever doing anything extraordinary that involves risk at all. An idea that may condemn you to a life of mediocrity. An idea that may send you to the grave with all of your good ideas and potential unfulfilled. This should scare you. Ask yourself, would I rather cling onto this life that I've settled for right now with its relative comforts, though it's making me unhappy, or am I deserving of and destined for more? Especially if you're young, let's say under 30. Even if you crash and burn, the experience gained will be worth 10 times the cost. Steve Jobs once said, remembering that I'm going to die someday is the best way to avoid the trap of thinking that I have something to lose. None of this is coming with you. You are already naked. The only thing you really have in this life is time. And so you should invest that time in yourself, in the experiences that will develop you as an individual. You can't possibly lose that way. Get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. If you have any goal that you want bad enough, you should do just that. The cliche phrase is, do what makes you happy. But what they leave out from that phrase is the amount of hard work and sacrifice involved. Instead, do what makes you uncomfortable. What's scary? What's hard? That will pay off in the long run. Forgo being satisfied with short-term gratification. You'll become a more well-rounded person on the other side. Because without this struggle, what is success anyway? We tend to fear criticism instead of welcoming it. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. Our dreams seemingly too ridiculous to expect it in reality. So we never decide to just go for it. The truth is, in the end, you only regret the chances you don't go take. So, going upstream against the current to reach your dreams is far from easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Your reasons, your whys, must be big enough, or your excuses will be. To get through the pain, and there will be pain, you must mentally ready yourself, or you will never be physically prepared to do what seems crazy. You become and attract what you think about. So dig deep and visualize the future and your future. Do not focus on the tip of the iceberg, that 5% that's visible, because true success lies below the surface. Keep this in mind. Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. Sometimes you win, and sometimes you learn. Adopt this mindset. That's my advice to you. To reframe failures and its informative lessons learned is the first step. If you fall 7 times, get up 8. You may be delayed, but this does not mean you've been denied. Keep pushing, keep moving. You cannot let the fear of failure or judgment or embarrassment stop you from doing what's going to make you great. You simply cannot succeed without this risk of failure. So, you might as well risk being seen in all of your glory doing what you love. So what now? Well, if you want to reach the next level in your life, guess what? You have to jump. It's very simple. Sounds simple anyway. There's no way around it. Every successful person in history has jumped. You have to dash off the edge of that cliff as far as you can and have the unwavering belief that you will learn to fly on the way down. Now, most people stand on the edge of that cliff. They look down. They see everyone else soaring. And they say, no way. I'm not jumping. I'm scared. But catch this. The only way to live life fully is to jump. But here's the problem. When you jump, I can assure you one thing. You listening? You will not fly straight away. See, that's the fair part. You will hit the sides. You will get cuts. You will get bruises on the way down. But eventually, with a firm belief in yourself, you will fly. The flip side, though, if you do not jump, you will never fly. Which, I don't know, for some of you, maybe you want to do that. You will be safe, but you will never soar and realize your true greatness. So take that jump. Fail fast and fail forward. Thank you.